If you want to make 10K a month selling AI agents to local businesses and you're stuck on this one question, should I niche down or which niche should I pick? This video is for you because let's settle this once and for all. I believe there are two paths that you can choose. And by the end of this video, hopefully you will know which path you're going to take. All right. So let's dive in. My name is Paul Kim, and in my channel, I talk about more income, more freedom using AI automations and systems. All right, so in this video, I want to talk about the number one reason why you're not getting started. All right, so here's the number one problem that I see is overwhelm, right? Most people think they need the perfect niche, they need the perfect skill, they need a perfect offer, they need the perfect tech backup, uh, setup, tech setup. And the reality is that's a trap, right? And what I believe is that there are two paths, and as long as you have clarity in which path to go, you can go in that direction. That direction is to the 10K a month selling AI agents services to local businesses. All right, so let's break it down. So path one is where you become a niche specialist. So you pick a niche. Some people call it niche. And you pick a niche and you can sell multiple systems to that specific niche. Okay. And then the second one is you can pick a specific system and sell it to as many niches as possible. So let's dig deeper into what I just said. Path one is the niche specialist. So this is best if you have a little bit of background in a specific niche. Let's say, whether you're a realtor, maybe you are you know restaurants very well, or you know certain home services, right? And you love the idea of becoming the go-to expert in that specific niche, or you like the idea of just being able to have predictable messaging, or you can potentially charge higher prices for a service. And you become an expert in I help realtors get more leads using AI systems, right? And once you pick a niche, you can potentially sell any of these systems: AI, lead capture, follow up, AI chatbots, AI voice agent. Why this works is because they trust you as a specialist, and also because now they can refer you because other, people in that niche you'll be referred by them. Now, path two, where you pick a system and then you go after the various niches. So let's dig a little deeper into path two, where you become a system, you niche down on a system, and you can now sell to various niches out there. This works best if you don't know which niche to go into. You want less complexity and you want something simple. And it's probably best if, somebody that's in their, maybe 40s and 50s, and only because it's a simple process, in my opinion, right? You sell one system to many niches. And so, for example, you can do a missed call text back, or a review management, or review AI management, AI optimization of Google business profile, or you can do voice AI agent, or AI chatbot. Any of those systems, you become a specialist in one area, and then you can sell to as many different niches out there. Why is this so powerful? Because every business needs at least one of these tools. And so you become that go-to person for that specific system. And this system can work for realtors, contractors, med spas, home services, gyms, and so on. Now, which path is best for you really depends on. If you pick path one, it's probably because you have certain background in that niche, and you want to dig deep into that niche, and you want to become that go-to expert. Path two is probably more for somebody that wants to get going quickly, and that's probably the majority of people that are watching this, in my opinion. There's no wrong answer. You just gotta make sure you commit to that specific path and commit to it for at least 30 to 90 days. No matter which path you take, whether it's the niche specialist or the system specialist, right? The math to 10K a month is very doable, right? And it's not like you need 100 clients. All right, so let's do the math. All right, so the different models, I'm going to talk about three business models, right? The first model is basically pure SaaS, meaning that you're selling just SaaS to your customers, and these tend to be on the lower range. And so if you are selling at $97 per month, right, then you would at least you're going to need about 100 clients, right, to get to that 10K a month, right? However, right, I would recommend that you sell minimally 197 to 297 per month. And so so let's say you have 297, you have 40 customers, you're well above. That's like 11,800 and change, right? And so the other model is what's called, becoming an expert, and where you could charge higher. And so that, you can charge potentially $500 a month. And if that's the case, $500 a month at, let's just say you have 15 customers, you're at 7,500. And then with setup fees, you could be well over 10K a month, right? Now, the hybrid approach is basically SaaS with a service, a little bit with support. And so this definitely you can do 297 per month, and then you charge anywhere from 1,000 to maybe as high as $5,000 for the setup. Now, uh, the amount of the setup will depend upon to what extent your system, what kind of setup is required in your system, right? And so those are the three models, and these are all doable numbers based on my experience in the agency space for the past 10 years. Now, in my opinion, majority of the people are watching this. The fastest way to get started is to pick a system. And so pick one system, and you can apply that to as many niches out there. And it's the fastest for you to get started and get cash flow. And that's very, very important. And typically, it's a lot easier to sell. And of course, you don't need to pick a niche to get started. If you want to pick your path and pick your system and get accountability, join our 30-day freedom sprint. I do them on a monthly basis. And of course, lastly, join our community and follow us on the journey to building more income, more freedom using AI and automation. All right. Until next time, bye now.